Hello guys, welcome to episode 2 of my Shamrock Rovers career mode. Oh my god, I'm not trying that again. That was my attempt at an Irish accent and I've probably offended a lot of people. Well, let's kick off. I want to show you the transfers I've made. As you know, this series I'm going to try and improve the reputation of the Irish Premier League, and first of all, my first objective is to increase the reputation of Shamrock Rovers. I've got to dominate Ireland with Shamrock Rovers before I can start focusing on the Premier League. I had a transfer budget of £0. I didn't have much on a wage budget, a couple of K at most. So I had to go abroad for players. I didn't want to steal players from other Irish Premier teams because that's not going to benefit the league. I have to import some talent, have some more talent coming into the Premier League. So let's start off. First of all, I wanted to buy a centre-back, as our centre-backs were quite slow, and I got this guy, Paride Bianco. He wasn't as good as I first thought. He's got some good stats, tackling, marking, alright. His mental attributes aren't there, and his physical ones aren't there, but I'm expecting them both to go up with age. His technical ones are alright for me. You know, all you really need is heading, marking, tackling, and I want passing because he's going to be playing the ball-playing defender role. He's going to be the person who plays it from the defence to the midfield because I'm not booting it out of defence, I'm playing it through the defence. So he's alright, you know, he's scored a goal in the league for us. He comes up for the corners and he does quite well. He does cause problems in the box for us, but he's not our best signing. Who else have we got? Another centre-back, Bryce Fontaine. Like I said, I wasn't happy with the centre-backs we already had. They are quite slow, old, so I went for Bryce Fontaine. He was a bit quicker off the centre-backs. He's a bit more physical than the Italian Bianco. And he's impressed me quite a lot actually. He's quite small, that is a bit of a downside, but when you're playing Tiki Taka, or when you're trying to play Tiki Taka football, you know, height does not matter as much. But when we get those long balls which coming into the box from the other team, which you do get quite a lot in the Irish Premier Division, you do need some taller centre backs. So that is his downfall, but everything else about him is very impressive. Average rating of 7.0, his pass ratio 65%, which, you know, I accept in this division as a centre-back, that's alright. 2.6 tackles a game. Yeah, I was impressed with him. He's only 22 years old as well, so I'm expecting a lot from him in the coming years. Yeah, one I want to keep for a couple of years. And then this guy, biggest signing I think I was most impressed with, Tiki Taka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. He's going to be my Eden Hazard. I'm retraining him as a right winger. He's not there yet. He's very technically strong. He hasn't got that finishing. I want to improve his finishing a bit. Passing I'd want to bump up a little bit, but everything else is alright. I'm not too bothered about his physical stats as long as he's got good stamina and pace, and of course fitness. So yeah, I'm impressed with him. He's a star player at the moment, but he's not trained in the position I want him. I want him to be a right midfielder, right winger, sort of play the role that Pedro plays for Barcelona, or Alexis Sanchez, or Messi played before they got rid of Ibrahimovic. As you see, you know, he's got good potential. Shane Connolly, my assistant manager, believes that he can significantly improve in the future, so he's definitely one to look out for. Didn't sell anyone really. No, I didn't sell anyone at all, I don't think. Let me just check. Goodness, oh my days, what am I doing? Yeah, didn't sell anyone. I tried to sell a few, but none of them, you know, no clubs came in for them, even if I offered them on frees. The wages are quite high, but I've got a lot of players that I'm just going to let their contract run out at the end of the season. I've signed a few on. Biggest player is Richie Ryan. Let's see how they're performing in the league. Hang on, let's look where we are in the league first. You've probably already seen it. Third, 12 points. We are a bit behind Sligo Rovers and Derry City. We've had a few red cards, unfortunately, and quite a few draws, too many draws, but we're just getting used to the Tiki Taka. It's harder for these guys to get used to. we've got a game in hand. We could close it up. I'm not impressed, but I'm not that disappointed. I was expecting a difficult start. Top scorer in the league is indeed Ryan Patterson from Derry City. He's been very impressive, but for us it's been Mark Quigley. He's one of those was a hat trick, so he's only scored one in the other 6 games. So not consistent yet, but I think that's all going to come from the tactics. If you have a look here, familiarity is not there yet. If we look at the fixtures now, scroll up to the top, friendlies, I let the assistant take control, and you see we're knocked out straight away in the All-Ireland Cup by a Glentoran, who don't even have a real player in their team, so that was quite disappointing. A Northern Irish club there, but the board aren't bothered about the cups, they just want the league and to make a bit of an impression in Europe. Started off at the Premier League, a 0-0 draw against Limerick. Steady game, as you see. Richie Ryan was the standout player, the captain. I made him captain. Went 1-0 against Bray Wanderers, undefeated first 2 undefeated and no goals conceded in the first 2 games. But as you see, draws started to slip in, and then we lost against Derry City, our first league loss. But Derry City are sitting pretty in second place, but they haven't got that great of a team on paper. Their best player, well, most valuable player, is the Rory Patterson, who's been scoring a lot of goals. Let's look at the stats, the Premier League stats. Our top scorer is Mark Quigley, and he's also our top assists man. Yeah, he really is impressing. Tommy Stewart's come off the bench quite a few times to score some goals. You know, he's alright, but he can't get in front of Mark Quigley, especially when playing one man up front. Average rating, Paride Bianco, you know, he's doing alright. He had one absolutely solid game. Haven't seen so much from Richie Ryan yet. He was our best player. Well, he is our best player, stats wise, but he hasn't stood out yet. I thought he would stand out. But coming up, our next couple of fixtures, we've got some tough games against Sligo Rovers, Cork City, Shelbourne. You know, all on TV, because they're all going to be tough and exciting games. Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's harder than I thought. This first season is going to be a difficult one. At this point, I would accept second place. Really want to get first though. Third place, I'll get fired, no doubt about it. But yeah, definitely going to have to push for first. It's going to be tight. I think it's going to be between us and Sligo still. I think Derry City will drop off halfway through. So yeah, that's it really. Show you the tactic we've been playing quickly. 2 inside forwards, come inside, allow the fullbacks to push up. This is the formation I used in the last game. Rice, you know, he holds, protects the back 2. And Ryan and Chambers I've been very impressed with. He wasn't rated, he was only 2-star at the beginning, I think. I might be wrong there. But yeah, he is impressing. Average rating of 7.23. So he is actually outperforming Richie Ryan. So yeah, tune in next time, guys. Hopefully it'll be halfway through the season, and hopefully we're looking a lot more dominant, and we'll be much more used to the Tiki Taka style of play, and it will be ingrained into Shamrock Rovers.